You know, like the Interstate 35 more or less kind of like separates Austin from the east and the west. Here in Austin, most of the Hispanic and black population lives on the east side of Austin. So back in the day, especially here on 12th and Chacon, there used to be hustling and bustling with black-owned businesses, pharmacies, nightlife, entertainment, just a lot of black-owned businesses. And over time, of course, you know, drugs and prostitution set in, and it kind of just wiped away the hustle and bustle of the city. In addition to that, you know, gentrification comes in. They're buying up our land and buying up these homes for cheap, and then they're making them into some lucrative business. Well, having this yoga studio means so much simply because we can finally say we have something for our city that's here, and not only it's here, it's bringing people in the form of health and wellness, community, so we can provide healing and a safe space for our people to heal. I can only do this because I'm in need of healing myself, you know what I mean, in a lot of ways, and especially as being a black man, there's a lot of things that we go through that oftentimes we don't feel like we have a space to go to and heal and vent. And my passion derives from my trauma, from me seeing, you know, other people suffer and go through things. My mother always taught us to be a good Samaritan. You like give the shirt off your back if you have to. That's what I want this space to represent: a home away from home for a lot of people, right? Beyond yoga as an asana or a physical practice, it's a mental, it's a physical, it's a spiritual practice. And if yoga means union, connection, or being yoked with one another, so not only yoke with self, mind, body, breath, higher power, but also yoke with one another. I'm only able to heal because I can tell my story. And like I say, that's what I kind of would like for everybody to feel like they can. You can tell your story, you can speak to your traumas, you can speak to a lot of things that's going on, and we can love one another accordingly. That's how we really heal as a community. You cannot have a community without the word unity. Alright y'all, so check this out. This is the inside of the yoga studio. When I first got the place, I will say that it was a blessing how I got it, because I was riding by and then I saw this release sign. And I said, you know what, let me call this number just to kind of inquire about it. Because when you want to go into a yoga space, you want to feel a sense of home, a sense of peace from the outside world. And I think just getting this done, getting it up and running with our start date in January, it means so much to the city. I've heard people say, Chris, when are you opening? When are you opening? August the 1st, when I decided to get this place, when they told me that I could sign the lease, ironically enough, August the 1st was when my lease was up at my apartment. So in true to Chris Ison form, I had a decision to make. Like I said, I had a decision to make. Either I'm going to re-sign a lease here in Austin, and as we know, Austin can be expensive, or secure this yoga studio and the vision that I had for the space. Similar to me leaving playing professional basketball, looking for a bigger meaning, you know, in a way I could help other people. In 2020, instead of signing my lease, I signed this lease at the studio. Yeah, I do take care of myself in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways I haven't. You know, I chose Austin, and I should say God chose Austin for me, because as many times I've left the city, something keeps pulling me back. Even if it's doing the community work with the youth, you know, I've always been like, if you see a need, meet a need. And you know, I'm only compelled to give that back to the youth, because a lot of these youth don't have fathers, you know what I'm saying? I'm only able to give back what was given to me, so.